能到像有些我如果就拿点那个，有些刚快要的，那个你话有些跟路就先了，那个要的。
So just they reinforce the motivation.
And somebody, never, that's odd, man. You bought rolling, my station, yeah, the young car, little mouse, Jemma Valiant, Jemma limitation, and one Roger started starting to us.
So I hope you got the copy of this, the commentary that we're going through. It reads as to the second, then the root text, which is verse 49, read, a thing is not produced from itself, nor from another, also not from both, nor causelessly either. Thus, it does not exist inherently by way of its own entity.
but that Tenny, Telling, Nijeta Kala, she but so which are Jana, Sandeja, Tembu, Techi, Nimbona, being rest, and all of the Shachi, there is in that, Sin Dinunita, Sashira, Jubu, Tenda come on the Sing the Art. Sashirata, Jet Korimba, Dali, my yen, without the Nimbocondesiano, yeah, my ace, and but the Dada, then you tell him, Jimmy, Jetta, the Kala, she said, Kale, Ala, she said, she saw you know, Juba the Sashira Ningata, Sashira Ningata, Nimbo, but dinner, Pashe, Nimbo, tell you know, sitting on the
then the commentary continue, which the Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdoms says, not from self, not from other, not from both, nor from without cause, things do not arise at any place, at any time. And also, so this verse also the shows the source of this the root text, that verse 49 that we just quoted, so which refer to the Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom. Also continue to quote Chandakirti's supplement to the middle way. Things do not arise from themselves. How could they arise from others? So this really summarizes the essential meaning of the commentary to fundamental wisdoms.
Sachi was an amateur, Jubasan, there you don't even call it tuition. Yana Russia. Get about Tennessee, Chetan, I put in this on Chetan, there might be Mudua, calling on son to Tata. Yana Dalia Maesa, anything Kalanji said, you can give her, Jubigo, Jaja, Sasha, Jaja, calling on the son to cool Chetan. Sandup Then Sandono, all Georgia by attending this song, and a younger one, say you want the net or nigger, you go back party on the other.
So, when we refer to this the root text in here, which is verse 49. So there are only like 4 lines or just one verse, and which really then the content, the real essence, the whole, the meaning of the Nagarjuna's the fundamental wisdom, as well as the Chandakirti's supplement to the middle ways. So so to be able to put all this knowledge of that which you find in the such a very profound and a very extensive scriptures by Nagarjuna and great master like Chandakirti, to be able to put this in 4 line is really truly shows the amazing the qualities and the realizations that the Atishas has, and who then if you refer to the root text and really how it summarizes the entire meaning of the Nagarjuna's and the Chandakirti's the statements was.
Geshe said, Novati Machende, Rujibati Mache, Tanja Medication, Jelisia, Jelisiana got Jelisia, Geshe, Roger to be Jil, Roger to be Devasia, Jelisia. Tanya got Yaka, Jemesia, Tahako, Dashe, the Kari, Geshe, the Kari, Dashe Kelling, said it. Dali me segu kare dashe kelenga na jadun devani dani ruchi segdu ra jitin deve watin segu atin ita ta son ji tenda da jeshe me segdu jeli sha de kelenga da ta goman jeli sha kerare jeli sha da chi sha sama ruji to be jel ruji to be dev sha da ruji to be jen do ta son te da gonja. Yeah,
so when in this this fundamental wisdom, when it says the not from self and not from others and so forth, so this says that the things things do not arise from themselves, and so the reason why this is the things arising from themselves is objected here is because there are some like other the school of tenets, particularly like non-Buddhist school of tenets called, I think, was a Samkhya, which is a numerator, or how you say in English, numerators. Yeah, Sankhya. So who does assert the elaborate view that the cause and the effects are same natures, and so therefore the on the basis of that, so they propose this idea of things arising from themselves, and whereas as to the things arising produced from others, so that's is assertion made by all the Buddhist school of tenets, all the school which are below the the Madhyamika school of the Sutrantika.
다 년간에 시야도 조제원의 셔라바이사 다 년간에 달리 제제리시는 조제와다 년간도 저거다 나 셔라바 다 진짜 다 점에는 시야도 중배세 되거나 강가도 그 점에서 레브 카시엘 적금은 시야 그더니 알아면서 사회니가 사회 뭐지 들으세요 점에서 가진 레브 카시엘 적금은 있으라 마치 세몽거노도 마진 돈 잠라여바 시치아승 보아마지 라라냐 양체안한디와 로제 세몽는 거 너무 쉬워질래 이거도 안 서고 자마 시치아 세몽이나 마진을 도 야부 쉬워진디와 된다 된지 되는 게 자제가 말해서 다 중패세제 지로야 양아시 가는 게 다나서 중패스 좀 대도다 다대하고 다대를 다 뒤져가 되니 가라니 제제반에 다 소소 접아 예사고도 뭐지 되는 반 낼래라 다시에도 이런 데들 단들만 강할래 이거 다 저거서 인도스 난 주비 론데다 너 많이 지자와는 예반이 제도 되제 롤레시아와도 제지 저는 샤도 대다진다는 대전 저비 실시 시제는 생아메지도 대제도 심메지도 다자시 땜바 따버는 뭐죠 아사든 룬데도 되대면라 거르룬데 놓치는데 유비룬데 단지 바꾸로 라네네 바다 잡이는 대시 전부지 유비룬데지 양도한 주바지 룬데지 아니 사시지 돈인데 집에 다다 제가다 유비룬데 다다 바다 잡고 룬데로 룬데지 되네 다 달을 많이 센데 너 네가 대가다 야 좀 많이 시반데 디비 레제도시 마음에 땡지 처음에 레제 땡발라요 요 다버시는 뭐죠 와서 나게 타지 샤와 고비진 더자자지 요서 땡 대스 대대라 되는 뭐죠 더자서 땡 레스 대랬다 해다 이는 뭐 거래야 나는 마시네요
then as to the assertion that the things arise, are things are produced from both self and others. So these are the view assertions of the school of as well as the Sankhya, also the Vaibhashika Vaibhashika school also made these assertions. So it is this objection to that. It says not from both and nor from without cause. So this particularly objecting to the view of the non-Buddhist school of like the Charvaka here. Of course, this non-Buddhist school do not they're not saying that there is no such thing as things. There's no cause and effect, or things. There's no cause for any things. However, but they do make an exception to certain things which believe that there is no, which are produced without cause. Such as when you look at all the fine, the lines of the on the like peacocks, feathers. So such as that, and as well as the tip, sharp tip of the certain like a wild like a prickles, so they saying that these are without cause. So but of course they're not saying that there's there's no cause for all the things. And then the commentary then goes in explaining this meaning, the commentary to the supplements, so that is the commentary referring to the Chandrakirti's, the commentary to his own text, supplement to the middle way. So highlight that the notion of saying here the fundamental wisdoms. Okay, so not, so in here you have to refer to the text, relate to the refutation of production from self and so forth, so which actually is the reason to reject existence. So it does not relate to existence itself. For the rejection of existence is implied. And okay, so then continue. Therefore, the first half of the verse should not be considered as the reason, and the next half as the thesis. So rather, in overall, it presents just the thesis of the rejection of the four extremes of productions. So this is because if the four extremes of productions are rejected, then it would logically establishes the lack of inherent production as well as the reason of investigating the cause called Dhamon splinter. So this, in fact, is the intention of the self-commentary. Then it continues, however, it is said in the supplement to the middle way, it does not arise from itself. How could it arise from something else? It does not arise from self and other together. So how could it arise without a cause? Therefore, things are lacking inherent existence. So this clearly presents the syllogistic reason, and accordingly here, which refer to verse 49, the last line indicate the thesis, and the word thing in the verse indicate the subject, and the rest the reason. So it, referring to the root, the content of that root, the verse that we just quoted earlier on. So if we refer to the root verse 49, so and then we can understand how in this commentary where they put like a syllogistic statement which says according to here was the subjects, like things which referring to a thing is not, and then the things are lacking from self and together. So here the things are lacking lacking self productions, and then they give the reason for if things hang on, sort of. Once with this logistic, the subject, yeah, sorry, is actually it's just in the next paragraphs. Consequently, the syllogistic statement goes like this: the subjects, all internal and external objects, so do not arise from themselves, because if they do arise like that, then the fallacy of the pointlessness of production and being infinitely produced cannot be avoided.
Rojili Shena, that's the Roger Vigili Shena Senator, something you want to chit, rolling machete, Roger Vigili machete, and that's on Ted and how come the eye there. Roger Chanicola Timetra, Son, how come the eye there.
So when it says in this statement that all internal and external objects do not arise from themselves, so it also saying that do not arise from inherent, like one way to put it, inherent cause, and the or do not arise independently, do not arise independently without depending on cause, and so and then if it arises, if we propose that instead of this, if the things arise without cause, or arise from inherent cause, then there will be such the inconsistent like consequence, such as like then we have to say we will end up saying the like things will then say that there's no point then of the production of the things, or otherwise the production will become like an infinite loss. Okay, so the then the text continue. Moreover, the objection below, also cannot be avoided. If cause and effect were identical, produce and producer would be identicals. So things also do not arise from other factors by the way of their own entities. So up to this, so they reject the idea of the the result arising from the cause, inherent cause, or the if the it also means if the result arising from inherent cause can also means then that the cause and effect will then become like a one entity, like a same entity or same nature, and so therefore the from the perspective of the view that if the thing exists inherently, if the cause exists inherently, and then when you say that cause and its its effects are same nature, then it is no different from saying that they are like a one entity. In fact, they are exactly the one things. So therefore, if they are one, then there is a problem, because we cannot separate the cause and effect. And so therefore, as it says here, if the cause and effects were identical, then produce and producer would be identical. So then it wouldn't make any sense to make statement like the result as something which is product, and whereas the cause as a producer. So because they become identicals. So basically in the commentary, then the points are two of like a logical problems. Problems. If we assert the view that the result, the thing arises things are produced from an inherent cause, right? So the first problem is that then it becomes the production of the things, and then become almost like a redundance, almost like a pointless, if things are if things arise inherently, then it should be already there, or should already be almost like the already been existed already there, and so therefore it becomes pointless or the purposeless of being produced again. And that's the one. And then other thing would the logical problem will arise is if we say that, then it will become all the next thing, the production will become infinite. If that we have to say then there is no reason, then it should be continuously producing producing.
This only happened that Roger Shano Yinga Roger Rolly Chin Majede, that's Anna, Temet to me in Bishop, Roger Chena Karshia good. This one of Chison, Roger Mabatada, Quania, Tenichena, then Yabunda, the son, the Cheson Tona, Abushera, Yelly Shera, Shano Dingabon Chiches, Moni, Jelly to Machete, Moni, Yena, Moni, Gina, Rosarva. Moni, Yena, and it's Friend Dojan Doje, and Demet in Jade, Tatan, General Tonje, Shawan, Jay, Shadows, Jadon Devil, Yena, Jadon Devil, Jadon Jim, Chubanja, Shibi, repeated net toss in the Ida. Other parts on the passage are Moni, Yelly, Machetes, Chiches, Fan, Shano the Gibbon, Chiches. Moni, rolling machine. Roni the rolling shaman, Moni the jelly shaman, what about you? Cigar. The pair, then you would ripping roto up shovel louding in it. Scratching in the ram, the mother ripping roto and a shovel loud. Choro Moni the mattress and Moni Matana, then yell to your reverse. Roger on one you cheat, on Roger on one you touch it, Money Roger matters that Tata took rest and ribbon roses and owner, Jim the mother and Tata told me so the young cigar on the machine that Madame Soba is then. That's on the tail to the right, that in Jew to our road. Shano Gibbon or Chiche. One ye, jelly to machetes. Roger machete, one year rolling machete. When I jelly the machete, one ye in the per toja, no toja, demet in jealous, doesn't devon there. That toja, right? I think, devon them. That Anna, Tonja, and Jay, devon, Ona, Jordan devon, yen, na, Gemma, Jordan Gemma, Chubanja, she be ribbon episode, then Santo. So these are them, never apple, then Choros Pa, Santo, and there's that Tony goes and there. Tony repeats and then Roger and there is talk on this. The shabby yard, they repeat Yavachagara. They will tell her that, Teto Chesa, Teto Chesa, Ripas at the job, Tavasa, Pomban, Mandris, 30 and Romani. Roger and then is struck. Damaton and then is struck. Wrong Saint and then is struck. The shell pill Jonathan, Chid Dragon did no Maduta, a repeat Java Shabatar, the other changes repassing.
Okay. So, no, sorry, Okay. Okay, so the after the established fact that things do not arise from themselves, then now it goes to the statement of things do not arise from others. So a commentary reads, if they were different by the way of their own entity, then the producer and producer would be unrelated. So consequently, anything should produce everything, and the objections below would be untenable. So if cause and effects were different, then the cause and non-cause would be alike. So basically, so when this, it's important that we just follow what is mentioned here, and trying to think over like a line by line, and like saying when it says here, it says here how things do not arise, inherently arise. So what sort of we have to get some idea of the if the things does arise inherently, then what would be the case? So that we have to bring that in our mind, and so therefore rather than when we talk about the lack of inherent existence of like a particular things, so it's not necessarily the case that we the case the analysis is not just done to actually search for that thing itself, where is that thing itself. So rather to what is required is to get a picture of the if things do not exist inherently, then in order to understand that, so we got to understand that the problem of if things do exist inherently, and so in order to see that, we have to see we have to identify in our mind if things arise inherently. So like we just mentioned earlier, that how then the cause and effect become then like if they become inherently, then they become like a same entity. So there is a problem arise, and because of this now, however, that doesn't mean things do exist, yet thing do arise from its cause. But if it doesn't arise from the inherent cause, so therefore we might after we come to the conclusion that things do not arise from inherent cause or doesn't arise from itself, then when we come to that conclusion, then that leaves a bit of room in our mind that maybe now things may inherently arise from something, some other cause, something some different object, different cause, and so therefore that's why this text go on to then this to reject this idea of the even not only thing doesn't arise from inherent cause or arise from themselves, but also from others. So the subject So all the internal and external objects so do not arise from themselves, because if they do arise like that, then the fallacy of the pointlessness of production and being infinitely produced cannot be avoided. No.
The last one, morning jelly machete, morning jelly, that Roger to be jelly and never machetes. The morning jelly, that parent doesn't do it, and Jemet and Jung do it, that tells on to that goes one. That patches on some cover, some cold together.
Also, it says, when it says things also do not arise from other factors by way of their own entity. So if they were different by the way of their own entity, then the produce and the producer would be unrelated. So when so this they conclude that if things arise from others, then it makes the conclusion that then the producer and the produced become totally unrelated.
Yes. Yeah. That's a Damien cartoons.
Damien, you want to can you make a bit of clarification or your understanding of this the problem if things inherently arise from other factors?
Yeah, so if things arise from other factors, then the producer and the produced would be of different entities.
Yeah.
And so the two of them would be unrelated. That's the main point they're making here. Yeah, that's the main point. That the two things would be unrelated if they were different.
The pen doctors are you done to you thingy now how why the produce and the producer become unrelated,
because
lose the connections.
They each have an entity,
yeah.
But those two entities are other in nature to each other. So if the two entities, the entity of the producer and the entity of the producer are other than each other, they have to be inherently different.
So inherently, to Rangshingi Tade Baros, the Rangshingi Tade.
Roaming on is yellow, machine, doesn't have his hair of it.
No.
Yeah, I got doesn't have his hair, one is Yamarwaz.
No.
Yellow machine, one is yellow, one is never Yeshia Marama, just yellow, never Yeshia Marisego Marwaz. They all love it. Tanya be generated, maybe generating one no.
So the main point here is the word inherent, which is important too, because we're not saying that the cause and the effects are not two separate entities. They are two separate entities. So that means the result, arise from the cause, from something entity which is different from itself. So that is not something which is rejected here. So, however, the what is rejected here, and if you do not reject, so there arises a problem. Is that when we say the effect or the arise from the cause, like which is inherently other, as an other entity from the cause, then what is the saying here? Then there is a consequence of then the cause and effect becoming totally two unrelated things. So the commentary continue with by pointing out all the problems that would result from making such the assertion that the result arises from the cause which is inherently different from the result, as it says, if they were different by the way of their own entity, then the produce and the producer would be unrelated. So consequently, anything should produce everything. So we have to think one of the problems that is mentioned here is that if we say that, then anything should produce everything. If the particular the thing doesn't require a unique or a specific cause to produce that thing, if it does not require, which happens if its result arises from things which is totally unrelated, so therefore then there is we cannot avoid this problem of then anything arising from everything source.
Shano Yinge Bona Chiche, Roger the Mother, Jit, Mother, the Mother, Motivation, Tensi, Tati, Tensi, Nimbona, Tata, laying this. Car, Tanda, Tensi, one eating, Rolishia, Mare, Yershia, Mari City, their cars, and Nimbo, Yet, Dashen Gopis, Rolishia, Dashen, Dashen Gopi, Roger Chito, Chit, Mother, Tengasaris. Geshe Doga, Roger Tamar, go be sure, Daja Yanka Lecho, she are Kabayete, not the Yanka Kaba, Daja Kabayete, Daja really she be kept big, Jamel, she are kept, she are my test, that's on the Dali, my jelly, my chest, and rolling my jelly, my chest, Daja really, she are kept shutters. You call it share go marry, Ribaka, Ribatavaro candle, Sangua. Jimel, she are my that day not a Ribachera go that Roger Shiame, the Corzano, a jelly shiame. Roger the jelly shiame, but really, there is an Ingalshia to tea carries. Ingalshia cats, the Hakon, the Ribapason, Angalshia, Jelly. General Galatium, Yemeshing with Ra, then Casa Machine with the Matata, decision. Then just cousin Rosa. General Galatium, Yemeshing with it.
So then it reads. So this also, if you cause okay, this also implies the essence of the reason of rejecting one and many, because it refutes an inherent one through rejecting self-production, and an inherent many through rejecting production from others. So the production from both self and other is untenable, because the production from either two is untenable. So nonetheless, the causeless production is also not feasible, feasible, because if that was the case, there should be okay, I think that's haven't come to that point. So basically, so if we apply the previous reasons which establish that how things are not a productions from the inherent self and the others. So if we apply this reason, then establish the fact that the things also do not arise inherently, as a singular thing, or as a one, and as a different, or as many. So we previously as part of this outline, so there are four reasons, which is in terms of the investigating into the result. In terms of the result, then we established there's a reason called what you call the diamond splinter, right? Diamond splinter reason, and then the investigating the entity or the nature. Then this the reason of refuting the one and many also.
타질리시아 노야 마레스 다시 이다 라토모딜 달리시아네 니바디 제리시아고 다 닝갈리시아는 고 말에 야 주머니에 다 제멜리시아 마이데 대다 옛날 지대 받는 저 신년 레버지 된도 주시 실레도 레바친다 게바 메비셔도스 잖아 라 아니야 점매바는 점매바는 레번 주나데 지대바노진 레버체다 땡토 유이셔데 실레란 배바소 기바 메비셔잖아 야 점매는 거야 똥돌라고 기바 메비셔는데라 아 점매 예리 마티시 따데바 메반자 시비 내제소 토다 바비셔 대다전 타질리샤 마테바 디셔 녜보노 모니제 로제메 도스타니
so basically in this commentary go through the refers to the Nagarjuna's the fundamental wisdoms which says not from self, not from others, not from both, and so the not from the both, so which is kind of is not possible, which can be established by just applying that the same reason which from that not from self, from and not from others. Then so therefore it is the not from the both the idea can be also established. So now what follows after this is not from without cause, so which says nonetheless the causeless production is also not feasible, because if that were the case, then it would be useless for the farmers in the world to put an effort into farm work for the harvest. No.
That's all called it all. Ningala Jome, you were really Massage, you don't need to show me. Jimmy Bally Massage, Tizzy, Moni, Rujame, Satin Rosasonda, you got Lejo, and Jome, you were really Massage, there's San Rossi.
Okay, then continue the the pugis the Lamdun Sawan in again, some of the right. Dirva. You mentioned a bit, she said. You mentioned a bit, Lamdun, she not been the water. You mentioned a bit, she said, what Tadu Yoba, member usage. The Lamdun in some of it. And then they continue, as it is said, because it is without cause and not depending on other factors, it should either exist at all the time or not exist at all. So this fault will also be untenable.
That's all, less.
Tikane savaşıra mince hamas.
Chino, Tonche, Roger, one in maybe she let that Chino Tonche, the Jedo, Tommy, not yet now, one in the maybe Roger met by needing yes, that and the diesel lay on that. I know the Chino Tonche, and then the Locashe by this. Loka Shabale, Jata Melo, Lena, Junior, Jedo, Yaba, Nipumba, she saw those. Amazai Cheje, Tate Tema, Techi Mash, Tate, this will stay with this and that. Amazai Tate Tema Techi, Tate Roger Tate Techi, but Tate Techi, but Tate Maresh. Isn't there a Mazan and Papino Jashing or Chai? Tonya Nambaja, Papino Jashing, Tateba Meppa, Kiba Meppa, Shia Meppa, the Kangada, just a minute, Tito, Mother, Papino Jay, Dutch or the Hako, Papino Jashing on other Pamba Meba, Tonya, just the Peba Meba Mare. Papinoja is in a Pumba, my Papinoja, Pumba Meba, Pumba, and then Wasu Jet, Papa Meba, Chama, Tama, Sama, Wasu Jet, come to the Papinoja in what church. Papinoja is in Gapa Meba. Shia Meba, Teja, Papinoja, Shia Meba, the shading a chin. Papa Noja in Gapa Mebana, Gopiti, Jog, Panya Johnny, the Dino Tema do the Tema, Techi, yes, that there were Roger to be Fata, Roger to be Techi by Roger to say Tate, Marias, and Tajita, Roger Jim, Roger Jim, Tate Messa, Matati, don't reject it. And the United Chejet, Faja, Papi Noja, or Jog, that's her job. Going to take in Janja, Waban Meba, Shaban Meba, Chaban Meba, Tan Mebas, Teji Kanga, Papi Noja, Shingo Jogger, Kazuji, Chino, Papi Noja, Meba, Tony Jogger. 다나스 손 다다 대 다다 거선 되게 저저 다대 대마시 저저 대 로가시에 발을 모아서 멜로 전에 샤 제도 연반이 봄바자서 전에 샤는 멜로 전에 샤뭐 제도 마다 이 예요 뭐 봄아 대노 지다나 치통제 로제 제비 제도 다대와 말해서 과도는 된정도 아마 제리서
So we continue with the commentary, verse 50, which read, when phenomena are examined as to whether they are one or many, they are not seen to exist by way of their own entity, and thus are as certain as not inherently existence. And the commentary goes, with reference to this, the reason presented in the Descent into Lanka Sutra says, just as a reflection of the form in a mirror, things are devoid of oneness or otherness. The homage verse of the fundamental wisdoms, that's Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom, says, without distinctions, without identity. So in the that in the full, sorry, in that whole verse, which in the fundamental wisdom, that the verse relating to the paying homage, the first one. So where the where it says, there's a line which says, there's no no cessations, no productions, no annihilations, no permanent, no coming, going, and then without distinctions, without identities. So in that verse, of course, it's specifically talking about the emptiness, the lack of inherent existence, with respect to the meditative, like the meditative equipoise of the superior or the Arya beings. So in that, with respect to the meditative equipoise of Arya beings, so there is when it says there is only thing that exists is the ultimate reality, or this only the emptiness. So in that, with that respect to that, so when it says there is no says or no productions, even they say, if you say there is no relative truth, so that means the ultimate or the emptiness, that implies the emptiness of that relative truth. So of course the outside of that, meditative equipoise, or in general, we're not rejecting the existence of the relative truth. So however, so therefore in that verse, of the Nagarjuna, the homage verse, so that's specifically referring to the perceptions of the meditative equipoise of Arya beings.
Yes, so is Amajavada, that the Jenny in the top, your doctor, Chipatan, Temi Roger, Taisha, Roger met there, Junior Jas, and then Amajav de Luda. The Amajav thought was in the Debatable by Younger, that they call Roger Young with the others. She saw Debatable Roger, is that something to know? Dado, no, yes. Da koza da sen koza ja ye sen telije bi chi ye mi in da yo ta pa ni da yo ta pa de na pa ni de me de ma ti bi chi de ma ti bi roje de chai de ma do chai shar roje me de se ta de junya la da chino roje mede roje vichi de ma de matu bishir mena junye ja sara sheje de jun no are ne sheje junye de chu ma ye son de so ta ha gong ja de no ba ne te bi de ribin ke ba ho sa no je chen te bi riba ke ba ho sa de no te bi riba si ke yo da ko riba choro ke yo.
Then the commentary continues. In his text, the ornament of the middle way, the Shantirakshita says, those entities as asserted by our own Buddhist school and other schools have no inherent nature at all, because in reality they have neither a singular nor a manifold nature, like a reflected image. So nonetheless, in order to present more other reason, or to put the above mentioned syllogistically, then the no. So yeah, we just so this so when it says here nonetheless, in order to present more reasons and or to put the above mentioned syllogistically, so that then the it is referring to the root verse, which is verse 50. So where this whole argument and is put in a proper like a syllogistical statements also.
Roger Tribi, Kitan, Tada Mata, Mata, Gonda, Mata, Cheese, Nova Chena, no, Seda, Yetini, Tribi, one year, that's all you, Mammy Peter, Mammy P. Spanish, Melono, Junior, Senda, the Gana Charles Albert, Pabanda, the Gana Charles Santo, the other, Chanoja, Yabano, the Cheche, Roger Mapa, the Yete, Roger Yin Hede, Roger Yete, Roger Tana, Hona Chide, Roger Vichit, that Trebi, Tama Conta Yochida, Mata Chi, Nova Chena, Yetinis, Yetini Trebi, one that's all you, Mummy Peter, Mummy Bishar, Bana, Melono, Junior, Shuchi Japanas, Chitra director, Shuchi Japanas, Shuchi Jabana, Shuchi Jabana, Chichet, a junior Chicha, Roger Tribi, Chit Mete, Chachir Tibishar, Techi, Roger Tribi, Tama Mete, Teta, Tribi, Jim. Kepi, Tamachin Shagabis, Chava Division, Tanda, Tamboda, Tamate, Ripati, they are going to Ripan Dick and Dil Talk, never can't tell you, they are Ripat. One year, that's all you maybe Sir Pena, Junior Jas, I think the most shooting dread on the other.
So the so the statement, okay. Nonetheless, in order to present more other reasons or to put the above mentioned syllogistically, this subject, all the internal and external things, and are or they are definitely empty of inherent existence, because they do not inherently exist as oneness or manyness, and like a reflected form of a mirror. So this statement is very really summarize the the meaning, the whole meaning of that verse, and so it's very important to reflect upon that, and which clearly shows the thesis and the reason.
Meme pate, meme bishal, pena, melono, melononge, junior jaw, and they got it. Roger, tomato, that check game. Roger turned the result, the curly shot. That Roger turned on a chit, tomato. That's on Tenito Garwas.
So, as says that. All the internal and external things are empty of inherent existence because they do not inherently exist as one or many. So that's the reason, because things do not exist inherently because they do not inherently exist as one or many, and they are like a reflected form in a mirror. So that's just an analogy or an example to show the things do not exist inherently. So the objectively, not even an atom exists in inherently. So in terms of establishing or the linking the reason to the subject, the syllogistic statement is a subject as before, and then do not inherently exist as oneness because they are with parts. No.
Roger Tran, the lazy truck on this. Chen Roger Tran, the lazy truck. The matter, Hena chick, Hena tomato. That Roger to be Jim as a carrier, the man as a carrier. That's one thing that chiche the bother. Chiche, shoot the bananas, chiche, showing about chiche, Roger to be the matter, Chachilla TV. Chache in Michel. Ah, Ruby Chid Chana, Cola Timet Chagaiser, Shanoting upon a Chachella thing in this center, Hakon on Teto. Chadi Jabber, Chachi Teg with a Chache in Michel, Chadi Jabber, Chache in Michel, that called Chamo Michel, you are saying. No hala chayo sat, short and show, no Hanga, and a shadow show, no Handua, no Hachaman, non rotomatam. They chiche, then Tata Tribi, Tama Mete, Tata Tribi, Jiggy, Ribi, Kepi, Shells, Tama Mete, Jig then Jig that Tamachi attend you as on Toga, Roger Machi man, Tama Mete, Tamase Jil attend Joga, Jim made Tamakas, on Tetoga. That's Chava Japan, Roger Mete, Chava. Chadra, no? Chadra Monday, then I go. Chadra, Tanana, Tata Trebi, Jedo, Tata Trebi, Tama Kota, Koro the Traba, Trebi, Chate, Chadra, Chadra, Saringatashi, and Chate, and Honor. Sugar, Tamana, quarter sugar, Chara, Tama Korim, Te my chime, the charter, Chate, Jeda, Tama, Ninga in Bishers, Ninga Mambi, then Jeda Tamasha, Korichi, give Bishers, Amajel is that. Onachi, on it, Tamaya, charter, Roger and a children, Macorim, Chade, Yana Chi, and Yana Tamai, my baby are Marisa, Kayinga, Chitana, Tamasholkin, Tamarkin, Jesho, Tenis, Amajel, children to me, Mato Bar, children, Mato, no Majet, but them by ye, nearby Maru, Denina, Pansa, Pote, Nasharo, Tama, Ponspinning, Ingares, Tama, lawyer, G packet, G lawyer, Tamaki, can tell some that, Yabash and Lula Tingiva.
Okay. So in terms of establishing or linking the reason to the subject, the syllogistic statement, so here the syllogistic statement, so which is that we have a which is that all the internal and the external things, all the things, so that is the base. And so what we're trying to find, our thesis is that what we want to know is that these things are definitely or empty of inherent existence. So that's the whole thesis, and the reason for that is that things are empty of inherent existence because they do not inherently exist as one or many. So here, when it says in terms of establishing or linking the reason to the subject, so the reason is that they do not inherently exist as oneness or many. So establishing that reason to subject means that you have to be subject, which is all the things are inherent, all these sort of internal and external things. So they are they do not inherently exist as one or as many. So first we need to establish that the subject to the reasons. So then it goes the subject as before, which is all the internal and external things. So do not inherently exist. As before, do not inherently exist as one. So the commentary goes first saying things do not exist as inherently exist as one, and the reason it gave is that things are with path, because the things have parts. So this implies that when we say that things are inherently one, so that give some kind of the notion that things do not depend upon on any other condition, any other things. So therefore, it cannot be cannot have any parts. So therefore, in here it says that things do not exist as one, and the reason is giving that because the things are with parts, or they have parts. So when we look into any, if you take into account of anything, so it has it doesn't exist by its own, but it has depending on the parts, even including if you talk of space, so which also has parts in the sense of the directions, So if the space doesn't have such direction, then the plane won't be able to move into space. So therefore in this way, because things have parts, so therefore that reject the ideas that they exist as things exist as oneness, and then it goes to to rejecting the idea of things exist as manyness or as a different. So again, this subject as before, which are all the internal and external things, so they do not inherently exist as manyness. So because it is untenable to accept them inherently exist as one. So this simply saying that the very reason which we establish, which show to us that thing cannot exist as a single, as a one, and so that same very reason then actually proof that if they can't exist as one, then they can't exist as two, or as more than one, or as many. And then the commentary then goes as to the authentications of the provisions, so you look at the syllogistic statement, and so now you establish the subject to the reason. Now, in order to make the reason as a valid, so have to be there should be provisions, which is to say, as to the authentications of the provisions to the above syllogisms, if it exists inherently, it must either exist in that way as oneness or as manyness, because oneness and manyness are mutually exclusive, and if something exists, then it must exist either as oneness or as manyness. So here, what is important here is to really that this whole syllogistic statement, and then you have to reflect upon that statement. So if you reflect on that, then you are trying to think that all the things do not inherently exist, and then you given there's a reason there. And now here it talk about the provisions, so which is to think of the, suppose if the hypothetically, if you say things do exist, if suppose things to have some inherent existence, then how that can be possible? What are the alternative way of their existence? Then it's saying that there's two only alternative, that is to inherently exist as one or as many, but there's no other third alternative to exist, and so therefore we here we have to the provision, which is it says if it exists inherently, it must either exist in that way as oneness or as manyness, because oneness and manyness are mutually exclusive, and if something what that mutually exclusive, it means that in our mind, when we they are mutually, if two things are mutually or directly exclusive, then when one think of one, then the other will be rejected. You cannot think both at the same time, or it's like if one think of the one, then you would be there's the absence of the other one, or when the thing of what is absent of, then that other thing appears. So it can't be simultaneously you can have that appearance or perception in your mind. Ross.
고다 로제 잡아 와치노 체도 고다 로제 잡아 아데 야나노 오나지 어느 담아야가네 셰야나 제 담아 고리 미차 차방에 있네 담아 고장에 있네 차방에 있네 다 오나 나도 후모 제드잖아 저건데도 뭐도 담아 저런데 뭐는 내 제가 지들래 담아 고장에 있네 차방에 있네 제장에 있네 저장에 있네 제이 맞다 대처로 잡고 대바 대타 단다지 강화돼 되는데가 들리다 맞대고 말인데
no. So but if you can bring this whole topic of this what is called as the four points of the analysis in your discussions. So the four points are like of the ascertainment, or which are the ascertaining the object of negations, the ascertaining the provision, then ascertaining the the absence of like oneness, and then asserting the absence of manyness. So so this we have to think on this on the base of such as like you think of how these are the reason which 4 points which are used to understand the lack of inherent or of existence of things, such as if you say a person's, a person, if it's inherently person is inherently, if the inherent existence, then it must be inherently existent as one and many, and so on the basis of that, so you can think, apply this 4 point of analysis, knowing in that statement, if you say the person, a person is empty of inherent existence, so what is in that statement? So what is the object to be of negation, which you need to be identified, which need to be recognized, so which is very important in order to understand, to gain the understanding of the emptiness or the lack of inherent existence, and then should find out in that context. So what's the meaning of these the provisions, asserting the provision? What does that mean? And similarly, then you go into the analysis of, suppose if a person exists inherently, and if it exists inherently as a one, and then what sort of the problem that arises if it's inherently one, and similarly if it inherently exists as many, and what are the logical problem that would arise. So if you have a discuss on these all these 4 points.
Is that the water Gajang never tapping in La Maravati, even some eyes, just change the road. Then the tapi, Nibo, Dematapati, Nimazabal, they demet they don't Usaya Mare, take out the song and Dematapit said the apple. Tana the Gojang ins Goja to be said, I ought to say that he took Churako, but in the voice there said Negada, tapping in La Maratin, even the mines, desert tapping, Nimbo, dance to war, Nimboding him as a bar, Nimet there, only to Saya Mare, said that, there is that, desert tapping, Nimbo that, music. 고자 난데 고자 콜라 때문에 이제 롱하신 저거야. 그래서 고자 난 저거 고자 난 저거 다 이제 또 치고 체지 난전 또 치고 큰자 너지 애매다 큰자 너지 매바 고선 콜 내제 로야. 큰자 너지 매자 콜 야대 참아 매 다콜 내제 큰자 너지 얘는 다콜 야대 콜 내제는 가까이 하면 내제 콜 대발해 되자 다 대지 저러 성토야 버려 고자 난제 가르 치 난제 가르 네 고자다 남의 차란도야 고자 다제롱지 동 고자로 제트비 제 동아 다제롱 동 고자로 제트비 제 동아데 예 로제바 세점만 더 되는데 내가 고자 다음에 참모 된다 다 뒤에는 아마 단제be 고자로 제트비 제 저거 그 다음에 참 말해 고자로 제트비 동아로 나 고자로 차라면 지정 좋아서 다 대지마 손에 아프도네 아프 안에래 다 되는 다 되게 되잖아.
So particularly it's very important to know the object of to identify the object of negations. just very precisely. That's very important. And if there's the passage by the Shantideva which says without the recognizing the objects that's to be that need to be object to be refuted or negated, and then the negation or the absence of that object cannot be realized. So therefore when we important to spend, therefore it's important to spend a lot of time to trying to have a look, trying to have a close look at how these if the look at the self-grasping or these misconceptions of the self that arise within oneself, and how in that and how what's the self, what kind of self, what is the reality of the self to that misconceptions, and so it is important to recognize that. And so if we see there is some error or some fault in we see that there is no good basis for supporting basis for that self, the existence of that self. When we see that, then we will be able to really then to be able to object the self-grasping, and through this then we can get some notion of the idea of no self, the selflessness. So we get that idea of the knowledge, and so then it's also important to when we talk about this selflessness, then there are selflessness. There's talking of selflessness of a person, and then other phenomena, and what are those differences there, and also there's as the different school of tenets have a different the view on the selflessness, depending on their knowledge of the self, what that the self as like a negated self. So there is, if you talk in terms of the selflessness of a person, so there you talk about the self in terms of self, which is like the permanent, the partless and the independent, or the substantially existent self, and so which how these selves are not the object of negation, from the point of view of the Madhyamika school, middle way school. So therefore these in pursuit of this the knowledge of selflessness or the emptiness. So it is said that the most important point is to identify the self which is negated, which is in another word what the emptiness is empty of, what kind of self is rejected in this the idea of selflessness. And
so you can do it.
So we leave here, and could someone bring the tea?
Tara praises. Did you want a question?
Sandup,
Yeah.
don't we have to say that the self-sufficient and substantial self is refuted by Prasangika as their gross object of refutation, but not their subtle object of refutation?
Yeah.
And their understanding of what that means is different to Svartantrika Madhyamika in terms
Say
of how
that again, a substantially existent self as a gross.
yes.
Yeah.
You said it wasn't rejected by Prasangika.
No, it's a rejected.
And I'm saying it is, but as
No,
a gross object of refutation.
It's not a self, in terms of the, we talk about the selflessness, like the emptiness. Of course, it's rejected.
It's not regarded as gross self.
No, it is. Sorry, maybe you're confusing in terms of the subtle self. The object of negation. That's not what is negated, self negated in the idea of the substantial existing self. That is not this self with respect to the this selflessness or the idea of emptiness. Yeah, that's what I mean. 그다 랑게투베 제요세 메서와 우마베게 켈린치고 와서 제가 매버티
가라
랑게투베 제요 메서 다음에 라고 와서
알라
항상 랑게투베 제요 메서 요게 디오마 텐주베 로라 디 켈린치고 와서 랑게투베 제요 메서
제 이제 따이 미쳐
라
이제라 따이 미쳐 제 메서
예
제
so
I mean
the according to this the Prasangika schools, so they don't accept even any substantial existence, so everything is like imputed, imputedly existence. Now substantial existence, they do not accept anything which is substantial existence. Yeah. So everything is should be necessarily be like an imputed object or existence. Yeah.
Tara praises, page 13.